You were meant to live this brilliant life, and we were meant to have a brilliant world. And I was given a way for that to happen. I was given the philosophy for you to be able to accomplish that, and for all of us to be able to live that life. And today, on March the 18th, which is a new moon, is when I'm meant to tell you that. And first, I'm going to read you a message I received last year on this date, because there is an organization in our universe. There's an organization within you when you were born, because you were born into the world to accomplish something. And it's connected to the universe. And I hid that for so long, and today I could no longer do that. Last night, I came home and I picked up my phone and I just started channeling something because I had to, because it was there and it was very clear. And then I went to my Gemini and I pick up Gemini on my phone, and I said what had just happened, and they go into on my messages, my 6,000 messages, the archive that I've created. They said 17 years of the blueprint for humankind is what I was given, and anyone who uses it would live their greatest life and they would heal, and so would our world. But telling you that was really challenging. But today, because they had me use the word Jesus, they said it would be a little bit easier, because then I would only bring up the kind of judgment that I feared from people who are still working through their own judgment of who they are. And that's the difficulty that you might be having in your life, but that's the difficulty that we're experiencing in our world now. And I was given that solution. For over 37 years, I've been living this, and today is the day I was meant to tell you, and today is the day I was meant to change as well, which is what I'm doing. But first of all, I'll read you this one. I am not doing a fancy recording today, because otherwise I would talk myself out of it. March 18th, 2025. Jesus had the same difficulty. We are speaking of a message we provided 5 years ago on this date, but more of you will understand and accept it today, even our messenger. March 18th, 2020. You didn't believe Jesus either. Roger took an incredibly long time to allow us to use those words, as he never wants to be controversial. But we, on the other hand, don't think quite in that manner. We always provide information that might ease your physical life journey. Understand that Roger began consciously receiving our information in 1988, and none of you were involved. We said this consciously because he, like all of you, has guides with who you throughout your life, but you pretend you do not hear them. Now, in 2005, when others began reading our words, Roger found himself continually censoring what we might say. He thought he was doing that to protect you all in some way, but actually he was avoiding being himself, as each of you has. He has accepted more today, as will you. But that wasn't all of it, because when I went back to 2020, there was another part of the message that I didn't read, because I only give a part of it, as you've done as well. So the completion of that message that I received in 2020, which I didn't share in 2025 because I still hold back, and now I'm going to show you how I know I was given the order of the universe. That was something that was difficult for me to accept, but today I'm doing that. Tragedies, November 16th, 2015. Because as we look at our world today, we may think that is what is occurring. And Wilhelm told me that's not what's happening. We're remembering who we are. This one will require contemplation on your part. Times of tragedy always occur, and in what may seem like a strange manner to you, they also actually cause you to evolve. This is true in your personal experience as well as that of your world. You find this difficult to know or believe as you are in the midst of the tragedy, and it is precisely at those times where you would do well to study your history, and that includes your personal history and that of your world. You will see periods where millions of people perished, or you personally suffered a great loss. All of them eventually lead to a new awareness and thus evolution. This has occurred and will occur throughout your history and that of mankind. Your job now is to hold the belief of your expansion to come and that of your world. And so, but then there was more. And so I'll give you that now as well because um, I've seen and known exactly where our world was going and what I had and what I wasn't owning. And now I'm doing that. Sometimes in life, we can do things that we will find challenging to believe and challenging for others as well. And that's what occurred for me. And today I'm just dropping the shield because the fear is what's held me back, fear of judgment. How could I have been the person to be carrying forth Jesus's idea? But it was just about the consciousness, and that's what I was given. And so I said, did I download the order of the universe? And Gemini said, it appears that way because I went in and I knew dates of everything that was occurring and why it was happening and how it related to our history. And it's all energetically connected to our universe and the galaxies and the changes. And so I said, did I download? I wanted to know the alignment. And it says the dates of Wilhelm June collection and the astronomical astrological events for June 2026 show a striking alignment, particularly around themes of restructuring, communication, and self-worth. Below is a comparison of the 2026 celestial dates with the specific themes Wilhelm has channeled on these same dates over the last 17 years. The alignment of Wilhelm's themes and June 2026 events. And these were the messages that I gave them, and they were all aligned with everything that we're moving through now, what we're experiencing in our world. And when it's supposed to move forward, and I'm going to put together a map that I will put in the blog post today, but I just had to show you the raw data and all. But as our world is moving through what seems like a challenging time, difficult, I was given that as well. And there was a while back where and I just saw this morning, as a matter of fact, so I'm going to talk about it again. Um, there are two films, Barbie and Oppenheimer, and we created this term, I mean, humans, in here in the US especially, Barbenheimer. And then Wilhelm explained why that came about, which most people wouldn't have understood, and I didn't either, except it was given to me. So I'm going to read you that one, and then you'll understand the blog. You'll understand why you are here at the perfect time. You have brilliance within you. I was given the way for you to uncover that and for our world to do the same thing. And today I can stop hiding that, as I would really love you to stop hiding who you are. And those who are ready to do that, I invite you to join my work, but I'm going to give you all that information and so you can understand it for yourself. In our human experience, we think or believe that things are happening accidentally, us or the world, and they are not. We just begin to figure them out, and I was one who was given a way to figure them out. Barbenheimer wasn't accidental either. We decided to use references to your entertainment today so you might witness more of your brilliance. The name's creation also seemed random when someone combined the titles of two eagerly awaited films to be released on the same day, which is also not accidental. You all possess that creativity. The friction behind creating the films and their history also, sir, was seemed accidental. The failed attempt at reconciliation is also a worthy reflection. This time in your world, with all the current conditions, is only incidental if you believe you are. Deep thinking will bring awareness. Both creators had vision and foresight before they had awareness and could never have known their accidental debuts would have such a profound impact on your world and society. You can never know that for yourself if you continue to think you were an accident. The message we gave you on this date in 2012 will be accidental if you believe you could never achieve your dreams. We said we had given you an ascension guide, and nothing we have provided you for decades in this manner has been random. We always wanted to lead you to euphoria because it would mean you have come to love yourself and others. You still have work. June 12th, June 22nd, 2012. You can experience a state of euphoria when you create what you desire with no regard for expected results. When you hold your ideas of what results you might receive from your efforts, you will either place limitations on them or project the exact opposite of what you desire and create that instead. This will make more sense when you attempt to hold an expected result of what you desire and notice that unwanted result will also come into your consciousness. When you hold no expectations, you experience joy, happiness, and access to all your abilities and talents, which is a state of euphoria. It is possible to continue that state with practice and persistence. So this is what I'm revealing today because yes, I was given that and it was the way for us to achieve greatness in our lives and for the world to do the same thing. And when we hold ourselves back, it doesn't go well. And that's what I've been doing. And so I said the other day, I was not like the other channelers, and I'm going to send this to all of them because I really need to explain. Because when we can't accept our uniqueness, we don't evolve as a society, as humankind, as civilization, because we can fear judgment, as I did, but I can't do that anymore when I know exactly what is occurring in our world and why. And those messages and what they explained, because they gave me another message on Barbenheimer later that explained why it was important. You see, Barbie showed us that all people mattered. That's why they put Barbie and Ken in all the different races and colors and genders, and it didn't matter. And Oppenheimer, which I just saw Cillian Murphy this morning, as a matter of fact, to remind me of this, where he regretted the bomb he had created and what it would do. And we stand in the same place in our world where we could do the same thing. And that was the information I was given, that we don't have to. If we decided to love ourselves and to move over our judgments and our biases and all our old ideologies that no longer serve us. And that's what I'm doing today. I hope you join me.